What's up, ladies? This episode is brought to you by Vitamix. Who does not want to save time in the kitchen? You can also create healthier meals for your family and come up with really creative new ways to add in powerful greens and superfoods into your diet. If you're interested in checking it out, go to ewchannel.com/Vitamix, and you also get free shipping. So check it out. If you'd like to check out the show page for this particular episode that has everything we talk about, just go to ewchannel.com/6.
Welcome to the Empowered Women's Channel podcast, the home for vibrant living. Our goal every session is to inspire you with new and interesting ideas. Join us and let's change the planet together. So are you ready, Kate?
I'm ready, Bo.
Let's go!
Well, hello, every beautiful lady. Welcome to another edition of the Empowered Women's Channel podcast. I am Kate Stellman from, where am I from? MiracleManna.net, as well as ExtremeHealthRadio.com, along with my co-host, Bo Wong, from
MyOrganicLife.info.
You guys can check out what we're doing, as well as check out our EmpoweredWomen'sChannel.com and stay up to date with what's going on with us these days. How are you doing, Bo?
I'm pretty good, but a little bit tired. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, too. We have had quite the day, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we drove in, a couple hours ago from Phoenix.
Yeah.
We drove from California to Phoenix, and then Phoenix back to California, all within 72 hours.
Yeah, I've never seen so many cactuses.
Right? Well, cactuses for you Kiwis are probably not very you don't have cacti.
No, they don't even have them in the UK.
New Zealand, do you?
No.
And not in the UK?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe
Have you ever seen a cactus before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've had baby cactuses.
You've had, right. Like
I
little,
like cactuses.
little ones you can have on your windowsill and such.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I know.
Well, we have a special edition called the Traveling Rodeo.
Ooh,
Comes to town.
The traveling rodeo comes to town. Indeed it does.
That is what we are naming this podcast due to the nature of our traveling week we have had.
Yep. And yeah. Wow, what a name, huh?
What a name. You thought of that name, actually.
I did.
But where did that come from?
I think because I do so much travel and I live a bit of a different lifestyle compared to a lot of others. The way
A little bit
of
a nomad.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
UK to here, going on.
Yeah.
To all different places of the world.
Yeah, you have been everywhere.
Yeah.
Getting to know you a little bit more on the road trip that we had.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've been to so many countries.
Yeah, I love traveling.
A lot of places.
I know, and I love it. But for me, it's a challenge because it's not it's a challenge going to a new country, just kind of finding your feet. But I haven't actually found it that hard to live the life I want to live, eat the food I want to eat, in a good way. But I've got a couple of tricks and tips that I do.
Yeah,
while
let's
I'm
talk
traveling.
about that because I know you and I have been on our health journry for the last few years, and as we've kind of funneled more into that really alternative health kind of movement.
Absolutely.
And changing our diets 100%. It does make traveling, or can make traveling, a little bit intimidating to people.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about maybe some of our little tricks that we incorporate into our lives, because this last trip was like a breeze.
It was, wasn't it? Without even
Absolutely.
trying, we didn't have to think about.
No, and I feel like that the
food or
last
anything.
year of my life traveling with Justin and things, it's actually been a heck of a lot easier than I kind of. Yeah, let's talk about some of the things you do. I want to know what you do because you seem to have it down this last trip.
Yeah. Well, I think my
Well, first of all, you seem to be a grazer.
I'm totally a grazer.
Yeah.
I don't have those big meals. I don't have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I mean, this morning when we woke up, I think everyone's going to laugh at this.
Yeah, what did you eat for breakfast,
Yeah.
Bo?
So I had some cucumbers with some avocado and some Thai coconut hummus.
That is hilarious.
But it tasted so
at like
good.
6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we got up pretty early, didn't we?
Yeah, I look over and I'm like, what the heck are you eating in the car? But it smelled good.
Yeah, it tasted great.
But that's the thing, you and I were talking on that trip today about, why do we think that there are such breakfast, lunch, and dinner designated foods anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think for me, the way I've grown up, breakfast, lunch, and dinner hasn't ever been a set time, or we've always in our family, we used to have dinner really early at 3 in the afternoon And
did you really?
Yeah, it might have been because my parents were Asian and we used to just eat earlier than everyone else, but I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because I find when I eat heavier meals, I don't sleep as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not good
I was
on
going
my
to say,
digestive.
the more we learn about our digestion,
Exactly.
you kind of want to eat if you're going to eat heavy, eat it more in the middle of the day.
Yeah, that's kind of what I tend to do. And I like juices in the evening more.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, we had chia pods this morning, remember?
Okay, let's break that down.
Yeah.
Chia pods. At Whole Foods in Phoenix, we were shopping around, and our friend Christy Crandall, she says, hey, you guys, there's chia pods back there. And I said, what the heck's a chia pod? And you knew what a chia pod was.
Yeah, I've had them before.
My gosh, it was like heaven in a cup.
A little
it was
pudding.
Like tapioca pudding, but made out of like chia seeds.
Yeah.
And, prior to our trip, you've been making these for
Yeah,
Justin's parents.
Yeah.
Getting everybody turned on to chia living.
Jars.
Okay.
Bow breakfast chia jars.
Yeah, we started calling them the Bow Bowl.
Yeah.
Because you'd load them up with, fruit and chia jars. Tell us about how you make these. I'm so interested.
So you get like half a bowl of, milk, hazelnut, almond, hemp seed milk,
coconut milk.
Coconut milk. If you're transitioning onto a better diet, maybe rice. But I think the nut milks are good for me, like almond or hazelnut.
They kind of add a little bit of that flavor, like that nutty flavor, huh?
Absolutely. And you get like 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and you put them in. And I always tend to make this the night before. And in the morning, chia seeds are great because they kind of help you sustain energy and they expand 12 times their size. So they're really good at stabilizing your blood sugar levels. Really great for diabetics and really great at sustaining your energy.
Huh. Yeah, because they don't seem like they'd be capable of becoming that size of like a tapioca type grain looking thing.
Because you were quite confused when you saw them. You were like, how does that little grain, because people sprinkle them on your salads.
Right.
If you're vegan, you can use them as an egg replacement. Like, there's so many.
Oh, they're so gelatinous.
Yeah, I love chia seeds. They're great. And I've been making these kind of breakfast bowls and, kind of telling people instead of having the heavy cereals and grains in the morning and bread, these are a great way because you can make them the night before, saves you time in the morning.
And so you, as you would say, chuck a bunch of milk into a bowl.
Whack it in.
You whack it in the bowl.
Whack it in a jar.
And you add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds?
Yeah, I do. And then in the morning, it depends on how much liquid you put with it, but it can be quite hard.
Do you stir it around?
You stir it around in the morning and you add more liquid. You can make it in the morning.
But you don't have to stir it around when you add the chia seed into the milk?
I give it a little bit of a stir.
And then do you cover it?
I just leave it in the
throw
fridge.
It in the freezer. Or the fridge.
in the fridge.
Right.
And then in the morning it's done. Or in the morning, if you've got 15 to 20 minutes to spare, then you'd make them first thing if you forgot the night before. And I kind of, you can chuck some toasted coconut in with that. Couple of bananas on top, maybe some dates for sweetness.
Ooh, some cinnamon maybe?
Great.
What about almonds?
Yeah, sliced exact toasted almonds. Basically,
fruit?
Anything you want.
Yummy.
The flavors are endless.
Yeah, well, I know the ones we ate from Whole Foods had like a pureed banana and pureed blueberries.
Yeah.
That was the stinking best thing I've ever eaten for breakfast.
I know, so easy. You put it in a jar, you put a lid on it, take that to work.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, it's so easy.
I was eating one of those when we were driving, and I look over, I was eating it at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like, what are you eating? Hummus, cucumbers, and before you had your chia pod.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, talk about obviously a more cost-effective way, and anything that you're making and taking time and putting love and intention to seems like it's going to be better for you in the long run.
I think so. And I don't know, I'm a grazer. I used to have, the 3 square meals a day.
Yeah.
But then they also didn't used to sit that well in me. I think it was just too much to process in one go. And
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of new to you've brought a lot of new things out of me the times I've known you. Yeah, I'm willing to try anything. Things I thought I didn't like, I'm actually loving.
Yeah.
Things I thought I might be somewhat allergic to are like amazing for me.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Yeah, you've been a big inspiration as far as the food stuff goes. I know that recently when Justin and I have been traveling, the big thing we do is we try to take, if we're staying within the country in America, we do little things to pack in our suitcases and our weekender bags or wherever we're going. Like we'll throw in, like you and I were talking before the show, we'll throw condiments into like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
We'll throw a bunch of sea salt in there along with the cracked pepper, a little bit of garlic salt, whatever it is that we know that we're going to want to be seasoning things with.
Yeah.
So that when we're on the road, we're not having to spend big money on a lot of big things that are going to take up room in your suitcase.
Yeah.
As well as, you never know when you're going to be in a pinch on the road, especially if you're traveling in the car.
Yeah.
Where you're going to want to like season an egg or throw something on a salad.
Or even an avocado. Just squeeze a bit of lemon juice, chuck a bit of Himalayan rock salt and pepper, and
chuck it in there.
You love my sayings.
I love that. I love your chuck.
And
I love chuck.
Instant, good fat meal on a go.
Right.
Really cost effective.
It really is. I think that was something that you and I both kind of found apart from each other. I'm sure a lot of people do this anyway, but kind of like preparing, it might take more time when you're getting ready to go on a trip to think, what the heck do you have to bring with you? That makes sense. And that's when you're flying. Road trips, you should see my car. Justin and I go every year up to Lake Tahoe with my family for a week. Yeah. And it's freaky. You open up our trunk and it's like the Vitamix, the dehydrator, we bring everything. Yeah. This year we'll probably bring our biomat. Yeah. Along with all the foods that we do shopping beforehand because, except for the fresh produce, because pretty much almost every grocery store now carries a fresh organic selection. Yeah. But my gosh, preparing, and we're always like, why is it so hard to get out of town? But you realize anything that takes time is worth it. I think going that extra mile, even though you might be lazy or tired and not want to do it, it always pays off.
But you know what?
To have your tools of the trade with you.
Yeah.
Traveling rodeo.
And I think, if you guys are doing that, it means that you're eating better, you have more energy.
Absolutely.
And you spend less, so you have more energy and you spend less. So you have more money and you have more energy. You have a better time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. You're able to enjoy what you're there for in the first place.
Yeah. And when we went this time, you bought a blender.
I actually did. We went to Target one night, 2 nights ago, and I bought a blender for $16.99.
Oh, it was insane!
And it's amazing. And I thought I'm going to keep this as a backup to our Vitamix blender that we have. Yep. And so that when we do take road trips, or we need a second blender, or someone's coming to town and might be staying at a hotel and they want to use one, because we were staying at a resort and they didn't have a blender; they just had a small little little fridge for their bar stuff. Yeah. Which we took everything out of and filled it with all of our whole food salads and protein powders and kombuchas. But I do think having a blender made all the difference on a trip where you're going to be traveling in a hotel, where you can just go to a grocery store, buy a ton of hopefully organic frozen berries and things, and make meals.
Yeah, because you made the most amazing chocolate smoothie while we were there. I totally did. Because you brought cacao powder with you.
Want to know what I whacked in there?
Yeah, what?
I had the blender and I whacked some guacamole. Yuck! Some avocado. Yeah. Some raw cacao powder. A little bit of stevia or honey. Yeah. I poured in some organic coconut milk and some vanilla extract and some protein powder.
That was good.
Ooh, blended that thing up.
Yeah, that helped us in the afternoon. Oh, banana.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was really good.
It really did. It was easy and it was filling. Yeah. Had just the right amount of fat and sugar, so I didn't really feel like I was getting a total sugar high. Yeah. My new favorite thing, my last trip and this trip have been what I call coffee pot soup.
Man, when you explained this, I was a little bit like, what?
You didn't look like you wanted to try it at all. And then when I made it, you're like, okay, it smells good. I'll try a little bite.
Yeah, I always try everything.
You do. And you liked it.
I was impressed.
Thank you.
You need to explain what you did with the coffee pot in the hotel.
Yeah, the Keurig soup, the coffee pot soup. I know I didn't make this up because I mentioned it to one of my clients and they said, oh, there's a whole movement online called coffee pot soup or whatever. That's fine. I didn't figure it out, but I figured it out without knowing that anyone else had figured it out. But it's basically every hotel when you're traveling usually has a coffee pot. That's one thing you can rely on. Yeah. So I went to the grocery store and I bought some organic vegetable broth in a carton and an avocado, and I had some salt and pepper in my traveling bag already. So what I do is I take out the filter that you put the little filter bag in for the coffee. I take that whole little thing out, and then I open the top where you would pour the water for the coffee in, and I pour, a good amount, like probably a cup or two of the vegetable broth, and then I put a mug underneath and I brew it. I just press brew. So basically, it heats up your broth, brings it down through into your cup, and then I chucked what would you like that? I chucked what was in the cup in the mug into the blender.
I would say you whacked it.
I whacked it into the blender, correct. And then I threw, so it was nice and warm. It's actually pretty hot.
Yeah.
And then I threw a half or a full avocado, depending on how creamy you want, and salt and pepper, blended that thing up. It's instant, creamy, yummy vegetable soup.
It tasted like smooth cauliflower soup. It was so good.
It's surprisingly good.
It was so good.
So the only thing I have to say is I do that for like, when I was in Austin a couple months ago, I did that 4 or 5 times in a row. And then I thought, okay, the only bummer is the next person who's going to come in this hotel room is going to be totally wigged out that this coffee has a mild flavor of vegetable soup. So I made sure, as, you know, as a, I don't know, what would you call it? A good hotelier.
Yeah. A guest.
Yeah. Oh, see.
Yeah.
That's where I need you to come in.
I know.
You know, I can't
We're pretty tired. We've been up
sentences
for a long time today.
Yeah, I'm feeling it right now. But usually I run like 4 or 5 batches of water through it at the end, so it kind of clears it out because I don't want to get it all
common
crusty.
courtesy, really.
Common courtesy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's a little trick that I've learned lately.
Yeah.
As well as I've learned how far an avocado can take you.
Oh, we love
and
the avocados.
Coconut.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are some good fats that just keep me going on the road. And like right now, it seems like a lot of places are really turned on to already having the coconut meat scooped out, and you can just buy that so you don't have to worry about hacking open a coconut on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I love taking with me, which you know I love taking everywhere, is almond butter.
Okay, let's just talk about your obsession with almond butter for a minute.
I don't know why. I just love the stuff.
That whole trip through the desert, I look over and you're shoving almond butter, whether it's on a banana, whether it's by the spoonful.
Or it's with apples. But, you know, my most favorite snack, and I think you saw this a few times, was I'd have a banana, I'd dip it in almond butter, and then I'd roll it in hemp seeds.
If I had a penny for every time I saw you doing that, I'd be a rich woman. You on that last trip, you ate that like 4 times a day.
Well, yeah, did I?
Well, it was a lot.
But I guess we weren't eating like big meals. So,
yeah, we were grazers.
You know, we were grazing, and I just love it. It was just such an easy, energy-boosting snack.
It looked good. It smelled good. Yeah. However, I'm not a big fan of hemp seeds, so it's a little.
I know, but that was more for me.
But I get it. More for you. What's the thing you've been doing lately for snacks? Have you been eating chocolate hemp seeds?
Oh yes, I've been making my chocolate hemp seed for you guys.
How do you do that?
Or my white Russian fudge with hemp seeds as well.
Okay.
Which is really, actually, that's probably a better recipe, which I need to put up. And that's just coconut butter or cacao butter, a bit of coconut oil, and what else would be? Tahini.
Oh, tahini, right.
That was it. That was the secret ingredient.
Tahini is like a sesame butter, right?
Yeah, it's ground sesame seeds into a paste. And you melt the coconut cacao butter and the coconut oil in a pot, and then you chuck in the tahini and you give that a good mix, and then I chop in dried fruit. I add to that maybe some figs.
Oh, dried apricots.
Yeah, I did apricots because there weren't figs last time we went out, not in season at the moment. Basically anything sweet, and you put in honey as well. Put in quite a bit of honey. It's up to you how sweet you want that. And then put that in a tray. Put in the freezer, and it is like kind of and hemp seeds at the very end, because the hemp seeds give it a nice pop.
Sure, they give it a little bit of a crunch.
Yeah, it's a real crunch, and I put that in the freezer in a tray, and then it's like having, I don't know, like the first batch I made. I didn't even get to see that.
Well, let's talk about why. My husband goes and raids the freezer on the weirdest times.
Yeah.
Like if it's in there, he thinks it's for him. And we were actually making it for the blog.
Yeah, we were.
Oh my gosh! All we wanted to do was have it be perfect and beautiful to photograph it, and it was gone.
Yeah.
So you made a second batch. Said, Justin, do not touch it, and we catch him red-handedly.
We did,
with a little like innocent face, like me. I'm not supposed to do that. Remember
but I
that?
thought you guys had already taken the photos.
Oh, the punk. Yeah.
But, that's when you know it's good.
That's when you know when people are sneaking in to try to underhandedly take it from you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I do chocolate the same way, except instead of tahini, it's like cacao powder. It's basically the same thing. And hemp seeds and chocolate go together so well.
They really do, don't they?
They do. Hemp seeds are great. I really love them because you can make like hemp milk. You can put them on top of your breakfast, and they just give everything a nice pop.
Yeah.
You can eat them with almond butter and bananas like I do.
That's going to be... How long have you've been eating that snack for a while now, huh?
I have, and I'm still not sick of it. It's weird. But I think we've needed it for the energy. We've done so much walking around.
We've expelled a lot of energy.
Yeah,
traveling
we did.
and doing some work.
Yeah.
Traveling is just such a big deal, but I think people can take a lot of the I feel like getting creative
Yeah.
with your food is on the road, especially in traveling. Once you kind of got it down, you got your standard of things you can do. It might get a little boring, but at least it's like a fallback, like you know what to expect, you know? Like when I go into a Whole Foods or a deli of any sort, like I make sure I grab like an extra little container. I grab a bunch of napkins. I grab, salt and pepper if it's free, forks, spoons, knives. So that way, I mean, even if you just need to eat an avocado in the car, you have everything you need.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to be tempted to go through fast food joints as much.
Yep.
I've been eating Medjool dates by the pound on this last trip. And they are a little sugary, but oh my gosh, when you're going through the desert there in California, they're just tasty.
They are. And I think as well, for us, because we've been so busy and we've been so creative and inspired and getting so much work done, that I don't think I wanted to spend like 2 hours eating something I probably would have enjoyed because it would have made, me bloated, or it would have been well for my insides, because I just don't really eat out as much as I used to anymore, because I've changed my diet and I feel so much better. And it was nice to have all these snacks around, like fresh strawberries, fresh fruit, like what we were eating, the little lettuce wraps with hummus and everything else. That was so nice having that around us.
It really was.
And to be able to just work and be in the sun and not have to worry about food. Like, our priority was to have fun.
Which we did.
Check. Which we did. Check.
Mm-hmm.
We got exercise in.
Check.
We even did a yoga
class.
Yoga class. Yeah. We saw the bunnies hopping past the window.
Oh, that was so amazing. They're out in the desert.
Yeah.
You've been amazed this whole trip of seeing the moon in the middle of the day.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because you don't really see that?
No.
In London?
Not during the day, not as high up. I don't know why. I've just been really drawn to it. I'm like,
it's beautiful.
There it is. Every time we go somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
you tend to see it.
Yeah.
In this yoga class, they had these big paned windows that were looking out onto this mountain, and there's all these cactus and amazing desert flowers and lizards, and there'd be little bunnies hopping by.
And there were roadrunner birds.
Oh, I saw them.
Yeah, because I didn't know what they were. They looked a bit weird.
They look like a quail.
Yeah. And then I saw a postcard in the shop, one of the shops.
It said Roadrunner and Arizona
and I was
Roadrunner.
Like, that's what the cartoon.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, really cool.
I'm not Canadian, but
you've got that off
you
me.
Say hey
all the time
at the end of a sentence.
I do. Hey,
you really do. Hey. No, but I feel like I've come home from the last few trips just completely healthy.
Yeah.
I used to feel like you go on a trip and you chuck all your stuff out the window and you just go crazy. Kind of like sometimes when some of my pregnant friends are like, I'm pregnant, I'm going to eat anything. It's almost like an excuse to go crazy.
Yeah.
Now I come home feeling like I'm just right back into my normal life. I'm not eating a lot of things that I wouldn't normally not eat,
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I just sort of, one other thing I do all the time, and I did this on my juice cleanse.
Yeah.
And I do this basically every day now, but whenever I drink any kind of sweet, like apple juice or orange juice or, anything that has a little bit of sweetness in it, I always chuck in, I carry this bottle with me, like it's like a little pill, like, vitamin glass bottle, and it has a mixture of chlorella, spirulina, and maca powder. And I can basically turn any drink into an instant green drink.
Yeah, I saw you carrying that large jug around with you.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I love it. I crave it. And, that really just helps me. I know I'm detoxifying.
So you have a mixture of that all mixed up so you can pour it into whatever other drink you're drinking?
Yeah. You see the looks I get sometimes.
I bet.
Yeah, but,
It looks like blue-green algae.
It does. Yeah, it does. And it basically is kind of that,
It kind of tastes like lemonade when I tried it.
Yeah, it was good, huh?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, Long. Wasn't bad.
The chlorella detoxifies, the spirulina puts all those good vitamins in, the maca gives me a bit of a boost. So.
Talk about, you're right.
Yeah, it's good.
It's interesting when you start to get creative with your food choices, isn't it?
And it's good too, because people always ask me, like, what's that?
Right.
And then I can explain.
It's a conversation starter.
Basically, I either wear them out or they just don't know what to say.
Oh, that is funny. But either way, it's a conversation starter.
And either way, it's got them thinking.
It does have them thinking. You're absolutely right. I just laugh at the people at the airport, what they must think of us. Like when we have to put our, stuff through the thing, they're probably thinking, why do these people have packs of goji berries and chocolate? Why are they taking dried figs? Why are they taking 18 bottles of supplements? Why,
why do they have essential oils? Why do they have vitamins with them? Where is all her makeup?
Right though? It's not the typical travelers, X-rayed inside baggage stuff. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
One time they tried to take away, what was it? gosh, I think we were in Hawaii flying from one island to the next, and they took something away that was really yummy, and we're like, do you want it? And they're like, oh, I don't need anything that I don't know what it is. You know, it was like, they didn't know what to do with it. I'm thinking, oh, if you only knew how much that costs and how much that's so good for your health. That's the best thing that you could I don't think they're allowed to accept things from people's baggage, but it was just such a bummer, you know? But I haven't had many problems lately getting stuff taken away.
No. Well, let's see. Hey, I'm hoping not to either. I mean, I can explain everything I have.
Yeah.
It's all for health, you know. Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, are you going to have your pockets filled with many, many rocks?
Oh,
You've been buying tons and tons of stones and rocks on this trip. You're going to weigh like 20 pounds more if you try to have that all in your suitcase and around your body.
Yeah, I think but do you think I'll go off the metal detectors? Even though they're not metal.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Oh. But yeah, I've had a bit of an obsession. I mean, I've always loved stones.
Like, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they are really beautiful, and I'm really drawn to them. And I actually, the other day, I saw the Spirit Science little thing on YouTube. I love Spirit Science. If any of you guys don't know who that is, check out Spirit Science on YouTube. It's this little guy and does this cartoons, and it's all about life, and it's pretty amazing. And he does this one on crystals and precious stones and how good they are for your health.
You learn a heck of a lot.
You learn so much.
You think cartoon, and then you're like, okay, ready to have your mind blown.
Yeah, and it totally does. Yeah, and he talks about like a crystal project that he has going on where, you know, you can give someone a crystal instead and put a bit of love and intention and goodness into it, and that will kind of pass on to that person. So yeah, I don't know, when we were in Arizona I found so many of them. You
just couldn't stop buying them up, could you?
I know.
You're greedily shoving them in your pockets and trying to buy bags and bags. It was great.
I know, but I just felt like I needed to, and
well,
I'm going to be giving them all out.
I was going to say that, or they'll give themselves out, because you've lost quite a few before you came to America. They just happened to kind of disappear.
Yeah, and I
that's the thing with the stones, you hear, right? They move on to who they need to go to next.
Exactly. So, I'm just going to spread the love.
So you should not only be the traveling health rodeo comes to town, you should be like the magical stone giver outer comes to town.
The happiness giver.
The happiness giver. You don't like the stone passer outer? What wasn't good about that sentence? Oh, we're loopy from that drive.
We are totally loopy, but we've been up for a long time. And we've had a full day of work as well.
It's been fun, though.
It's been so much fun.
I like hanging with you.
Yeah, I like hanging with you too, Kate.
Oh, thanks, Bo.
We had a lot of fun.
We did. We had a lot of laughs and a lot of stuff that will be on our website. YouTube channel for months and years to come.
Definitely, for everyone to listen to. Yeah. Listen to our random ramblings. But all the food and everything we've mentioned is actually natural. Right.
So
it's not like that's going to be a fad and go away anytime soon. Bananas, avocados, hemp seed.
Yeah. Chia seed even now. Now my new fave.
Yeah, exactly.
Medjool dates. I'm going to make it my goal to mention medjool dates in at least every Bo and Kate episode we have.
Really? Okay, well then, I found a little joke for you.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay.
All right.
Wait, okay.
Okay. Should we? Okay.
I can handle it.
All right. Why did the tomato go out with the prune?
You say tomato, I say tomato. Why did the tomato go out with the prune? Why, Bo?
Because he couldn't find a date. I thought of you when I saw that. I was like, this
Lordy,
is gold.
You are so...
Yeah, you love dates.
I totally love dates.
And every time you offer me one, you're like, do you want a date?
I know. And I give you that look, you want a date? And you're like, I don't know what you're insinuating, but...
No.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I thought you might like that one.
Where did you pull that out of?
Oh, I don't know. Just
Who
random.
knows where?
Yeah.
Where the sun don't shine?
Random Bo findings,
Oh, I love it, Bo.
Yeah.
You are the most random.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
That made my day. Thanks for sharing.
Ah.
Well, if you guys want to find out any more ramblings or things that come out of our brain, you can check us out at theempoweredwomenschannel.com blog.
Yeah. We've got other podcasts on our YouTube channel as well that you might want to check out, from how to be happy to putting on your power suit of positivity to all about juicing and getting juicy with us.
And you might even learn a thing or two about an enema.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes. So we've got a lot of great stuff coming up as well in the pipeline, don't we?
Oh, yeah. The pipeline is so thick I can't even see the other side.
It just gets getting bigger and bigger.
It's a lot of fun, though.
It is a lot of fun.
Gosh, we have the best women, I think, in the world on our side.
So inspiring.
We're just all trying to make the world a better place and leave it a little bit different than when we got here.
Exactly, and take care of our earth like we should.
Absolutely. Our Mother Earth.
Yeah, be mothers of it.
I like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys, for spending some time with us. And I don't know about you, Bo, but I'm thinking about whipping up some chocolate pudding as a little dessert and then hitting the hay.
Yeah.
This rodeo's out of town. This rodeo's packing up and leaving town.
This rodeo show's over for now.
With my traveling blender and my chia seed amazingness.
Well, you all have a really blessed day wherever you are in the world.
And we will catch you on the next time.
Yeah, next episode.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
With grateful hearts, we thank you for joining this session of our Empowered Women's Channel podcast. We wish you an inspired day ahead wherever you are in the world. Remember to sign up for our newsletter at empoweredwomenschannel.com/subscribe. Instantly receive our fabulous free gift to you that you gals don't want to miss out on.
Hey, Kate.
Yeah, Bo?
What do you call a fish with no eye?
A blind fish.
It's got I don't even have to say it. FSSHH. How would you say that with no eye?
I just want to hear you say that again.
Sound like a snake.
It did. We are not held responsible, liable in any way, shape, or form for extreme transformation or empowerment in your lives upon participating in the Empowered Women's Network. Random acts of kindness and spontaneous desire to make the world a better place is completely your own doing. Feelings of wanting to throw around pixie dust and free the unicorns have been reported, and we cannot take credit in any way, shape, or form for this unpredictable outburst, either now or in the future days ahead. Sporting a random fake beard and wanting to take selfies in random places while sporting it are completely your own doing. The laughter that follows doing that very act is contagious, so watch out. The shift that may take place from pessimism to a glass very overflowing has been reported, as well as sudden desires to bust into radical dance moves and singing at the top of your lungs. Set an overwhelming need to greet others in public places such as railway systems and crosswalks with giant smiles and compliments are encouraged, as well as appreciated. The future effects of kindness and other such behavior towards strangers might possibly not be seen or even known in this lifetime, although the magical effects they have on others' lives is astounding. Only love at your own risk and in your own way, shape, or form, regardless of what others may think or judge. Be advised and know that you and you alone are solely, completely, unequivocally, 111% responsible for being a world changer. No excuses or late notes from mom and dad will be tolerated at this point in time. No material on this blog is intended to suggest that you should not seek professional medical care. Always work with qualified medical professionals, even if you educate yourself in the field of live food, nutrition, and alternative medicine. I'm not a doctor, nor am I offering readers medical advice of any kind. None of the information offered here should be interpreted as a diagnosis of any disease, nor an attempt to treat or prevent any disease or condition. While information in this blog is discussed in the context of numerous conditions, it can be dangerous to take action based on any information in this blog or to start any health program without first consulting a health professional. The content found here is for informational purposes only and is in no way intended as medical advice, as a substitute for medical counseling, or as a treatment/cure for any disease or health condition, and nor should it be continued as such. Always work with a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, prescription drug use, lifestyle, or exercise activities. This information is provided as is, and the reader/viewer assumes all risks from the use, non-use, or misuse of this information.